Frickin' bot.
Yeah.
Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to look at something different and get away from the jets for a little bit. Nobody's really talking about this plane. This is the Reggiane 2005 Series 0. It's actually a pretty good plane. I took it out for a couple flights and a couple duels. It's a very, very good turn fighter. This thing will give a Spitfire a run for its money. And guys, keep in mind, this is the dev server still, so unfortunately things still could change, but I don't see him really doing much with this plane. It's actually a pretty decent plane as it sits. Turn's great. We took it out, like I say, in a couple duels. Like you saw the first one, we took it in against a Yak 3, and honestly, the Yak 3 was probably the easiest thing to kill. And that's kind of surprising, because that's a good plane. Now, keep in mind, both these guys kind of warned me they're not the greatest duelists, but, you know, they should know their way around the plane, so... First thing, we went through and we took a look at the top speed of this aircraft, and it's around 465, and that's indicated airspeed. Now, if you're running in speed, which you really shouldn't, but the actual true airspeed's around 600 kilometers an hour. Next thing I took a look at was the dive speed of this aircraft, and honestly, it kind of accelerates really slow in a dive. Hits the red line around 760 kilometers an hour. Keep in mind this is indicated, and she finally rips right around 820. Very, very respectable for a 5.0. So continuing on with the duels, the very first duel we did was the Yak 3. The next one, I said, let's go balls deep. Let's just see how this thing performs against an LF Mark 9. And as you can see, it's not the greatest. It really isn't. The LF does outturn it by just a little bit, but because this aircraft gets kind of slow and has really good control at slow speeds and has good flaps, I was actually able to hang with him for quite a while, and this was actually really surprising. So, while I'm not going to say that you should tangle with an LF9, just know that you actually stand a chance, you know, because if he screws up at one little point at all, then you're gonna have the shot. And as you can see, like I say, it got really close, and this aircraft, you know, he's pulling up in front of me and he's trying to energy trap me, trying to stall me. But this aircraft has a trick up its sleeve. He dropped the landing flaps, it don't stall. So I'm just gonna level off right here. I'm going to keep my full elevator in. He's going to drop down thinking I was going to stall. Nope, not at all. We drop in right behind him. And unfortunately I grabbed a little bit too much speed. I had the throttle up a little too much, and it wasn't really the greatest situation, but honestly he should have been dead right there. And that is a testament to this plane. Now, like I say, don't do this every day. If you can avoid it, then just take the safe route. I have a feeling, and honestly, if this fight was up at high altitudes where this aircraft puts out its best power I think was claimed around 6,000 meters, I think honestly, I might be able to beat an LF9 up there because they lose power above 5K. So, actually above 4K. So down here on the deck, he's got his best power, I don't. So, unfortunately we lose this match, but as you can see, it wasn't an easy one for him. But, unfortunately, and that's about the end of it. And you'll see that the wing tanks, they get set fire easily, and pretty much every time I've been shot down, I've been set on fire. So that is going to be one of the other drawbacks of this aircraft. But we're not dead yet. Just kidding. Yeah, we are. So don't fight with an LF9 unless you have to. Alright, so here's the thing. Now, if you're in another aircraft such as the K4, or, you know, maybe a P-51 D-30, because that's probably what's actually going to fight this aircraft, just extend. You're way faster in this plane. I'm going to make this turn. I just did a full 180. I tried to maintain the energy as best as I could, and look where I'm at now. I'm well under 500 kilometers an hour. Most aircraft at this tier, or up to 6.0, they're going to easily outrun me. This plane's not that fast. So, honestly, that's not going to make it a very good plane overall. It's just going to be like any other Spitfire in a game. You don't want to turn fight with it, but you can outrun it real easily. Probably about the closest example is the G55. This aircraft is very similar. And I try to pull up on him. This thing has a really slow stall speed, so I figured I'd give it a shot. But I just don't quite have the control ability. This fight goes on forever. And I'm not going to show you guys the whole thing. I don't want to bore you. Eventually I just had to bait him into a low energy scenario, but he easily had control of this fight. It was very easy for him to fight me. I did not have the power. I did not have the energy retention to fight him. Now I can outturn him all day long. Look how easy. But he's just going to fly away. Bye-bye. Anyways, you guys get the point. So, Reggiane 2005 in a nutshell. Really good turn fighter. Really slow performance in the end. Has decent energy retention. Has a pretty high rip speed. Has a very slow stall speed. All around, generally good performance. Never turn fight with the thing. Unless maybe you're an LF or a Zero. But other than that, like the Spit 24, he's not going to get away with it. So, just run away from it. That's all I really got to say about this plane. You know, maybe it'll change a little bit, but I'm going to leave you guys with a little bit of the rest of the duels. First of all, big thanks to Cryogon and Eternal for helping me out, figuring out the performance of this aircraft. And anyways, let me know what you think, guys. If you have any comments, questions, I can probably answer them for you. Leave me a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and without further ado, Swift F7 coming up next. Probably going to see it tomorrow, assuming I don't get wiped out by a hurricane. Peace out, guys. See you around.
Decollando.